Hey everyone, Ben from Living Survival, and today we're going to take a look at a new product from Nitecore. It's their Concept 1. Looks like we're going to get some rain, so let's head on into the workbench and let's go over the specs. Just started to rain. For those of you that are new to my channel, I don't do overly negative reviews, and what I mean by that are the videos and the products that you'll see on my channel are products that I like, that I use, and that I can recommend to you. Of course, you can probably find some cons in any product, especially if you've handled as much gear as I have. I get more and more picky, and I want my products to be more and more perfect. The flashlight we're going to look at today, the Nitecore Concept 1, is a light that they are very proud of. They've been wanting me to get this video up, and I've been going back and forth on whether or not there's enough pros to show you guys. I think there is, but for me it just doesn't do it all the way. There's definitely some cons and definitely some improvements that they can make. One thing that I really like about Nitecore, I've reviewed a bunch of their products, is that they step outside the box. These die-cast models, for example, this is the SRT9, but back into their EC series, which are fully die-cast, the first ones to do that. Great flashlights. Their little tip flashlights are fantastic, and now they come in stainless. And then the tiny little headlamp that we reviewed a few videos back. So Nitecore is a company that I really like. The Concept is one of those products that, again, they stepped outside of the box, and kudos to them for doing so, but there's definitely some improvements that can be made. So the Concept comes with their standard nylon sheath. It does fit the light very well. I do like the fact that they have the Velcro there, so easy to attach onto packs. Then we have the light itself. You'll notice it's very small for an 18650 flashlight. You can see here when I put an 18650 battery up next to it, it's very, very small. It's only 4.39 inches long and weighs in at 2.18 ounces. So pretty light and pretty bright as well. Pumps out up to 1800 lumens out of that 18650. It is a fast drain IMR 18650. So you're going to get a little bit of a boost there. Of course, it's got the thermal regulation, so it is going to step down once the light heats up. So single 18650. It has a Cree XHP 35HD E2, I believe, LED. We can take a look at the LED there. It is perfectly centered. Got a nice smooth reflector there. Build quality is excellent, which all of Nitecore's products are typically excellent in build quality. Here you've got this aluminum housing here, which is great. A steel, I believe, steel pocket clip. I'm pretty sure I know why they placed it where they did. If they were to place it down here and face it upright, of course the head would be down in your pocket. If they were to move it any further up on this side, the button would be in the pocket. And this button seems to really like to press itself. You can see there that you do not have much play there. It's a very, very soft click, not a very positive click. You do feel the click there, but it's very, very easy to just brush up against this and click the button. I do like the metal mode switch, so that's cool. It just needs to be less sensitive. Since I've had this light, I've gone to grab the light and I've turned it on accidentally just by picking it up and hitting that side mode button. So awesome metal side button, but way too sensitive. Some knurling on the back of the light, magnetic tail cap, which is cool. We've seen that in some other lights, not so many Nitecores. So you don't have a tail clicky. A lot of people either like the tail clicky or don't like the tail clicky. Now the light also comes with a lanyard. I guess the only place you'd put a lanyard is the hole here in the pocket clip again, which seems pretty odd to me. Let's go ahead and unscrew the battery compartment here. Nice O-ring there. It is IPX8 waterproof. You do have a single spring there, no spring on the inside, but as far as I can tell, very nice build quality, as I said, which is typical with Nitecore. Now, one cool thing about this light is that it has a built-in multimeter. So when you screw the tail cap back on, it's going to flash and let you know the voltage of your battery. Now, this one's fully charged. So let's see if we get 4.2. There's 2, 3, 4, and 1. So 4.1 on the battery level there. So that's cool. Every time you insert the battery, you get a battery status. So the modes on this light are probably one of the most confusing that I've had in a flashlight. It takes a while to get used to it, and actually when I received this light about 2 months ago, I thought I had a bad light. Of course, you pull the light out of the box, you put the battery in, and you're sitting here pressing the button, trying to get it to work. Nothing was working. I thought, you know, hey, I got a bad light. But I didn't get a bad light. It's just, again, that those modes are pretty confusing. Now, why doesn't the light illuminate when you press the button? Again, probably so that you can't accidentally illuminate it just by pressing the button. However, if you throw this in a pocket, not using the pocket clip, you throw it in a pack, chances are you're going to be pressing that button for more than a second or more than just a quick tap. And looky there, your light illuminates. So I'm not sure there's any lockout on this light, no digital lockout that I know of. You can twist the tail cap, you know, a quarter turn and get it to lock itself out, but that's kind of a pain in the butt. Another frustrating thing for me is lights that you have to hold the button down to cycle through your different brightness levels. It's not so bad when you can do that with the light on, but this light, however, you have to turn the light back off and then cycle back through to your to the brightness level that you like. No clue why they did that. Let me give you an example of that. So if I go ahead and I hold it down here, it will cycle through our brightness levels. I believe there's 5 of them. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then of course we can just stop on one of those brightness levels. I'll stop right there. Now it does have a memory, so if I turn the light off and then I go ahead and turn the light back on, it is going to come back to that memory. Pretty simple and straightforward, right? Well, if we want to change the brightness level from here while the light is on, we can't do it. If we hold down the side button, it's basically a momentary to the turbo. So you actually have to turn the light back off, hold the button back down, and then cycle to the brightness level that you want. Not impossible, but definitely not as straightforward as some other lights. They're really trying to cram a lot of operation into this single side switch. As I said, this mode button does a lot, and other lights achieve that by having not only a side mode button, but a tail clicky, and then also sometimes a separate mode button in the back. So again, this single mode button doing a lot of work on its own. Now from off, we can double click and that'll put it into its low. Again, you have memory, so if I hold it down, it's gonna go into the memorized option, but if I double click, it's gonna go into the low. If I triple click, it will go into turbo. And then of course with the light on, you can turbo at any time you want in this mode. Again, there's 2 different modes you can use, a general mode and a tactical mode. You can have that come on to a strobe by changing the mode. How do you change the mode? Here we go. You undo the battery compartment and then you hold down the mode button and screw it back in, and you're going to get either 1 flash or 2 flashes. So you can see there I got 2 flashes, so now I'm in tactical mode. So now if I triple click, it's going to give me my strobe instead of my turbo. Pretty simple to change it back. Just unscrew the battery cap again, hold the side button down, screw it back in. It's going to blink once, and then we're back into our standard mode, so a triple click will bring us to our brightest level. So in addition to strobe, this light does also have SOS and beacon. Again, it's amazing they can put so much capability onto this one button just by changing up the presses, but it does, however, take a while to learn here. So from any light level, we can triple click, puts us into our strobe, and then we can hold this down, and that's going to switch us into different modes. So there's our SOS mode there, and we can hold it down again, and that'll go into our beacon mode. So again, it's nice to have those modes, but man, sure is difficult to navigate, especially right out of the box. So overall, solid build quality, great LED, nice and bright, nice and light. I do like the fact that they're sort of changing up their designs, coming out with some new stuff. Too sensitive of a side button, and I think the side button is just doing too much. I'd prefer to have the tail clicky to turn the light on and off, have this change my modes, and be able to change my modes with the light on without having to turn it off. That for me is a huge con. I don't really use the magnetic tail cap on any other light that has it. Then again, sort of a funky location for this pocket clip. All in all though, a nice bright light, but definitely a very confusing menu system. Let's take a look at some night shots. We have the lowest here, 1 lumen. It actually seems brighter than 1 lumen to me. You can see here that it actually illuminates the area quite well. Now this light has a really good mix of spot and flood, which is something I love to see in a flashlight. You can see here by the 80 lumens. Plenty of light here with 80 lumens. Remember to change the brightness setting. We need to turn it off hold it down, turn it back on, and then wait for it to step up. So here we have 300 lumens. Nice amount of light here. Again, really good mix of spot and flood. Then we can jump up again to 810 lumens. Nothing in between the 300 and 800, which I don't mind that. You can see it's quite bright. Then we can jump on into 1800 lumens. Very, very bright light. You can see I can shine all the way across the pond there with a tiny, tiny flashlight. The head, however, is heating up very rapidly, so you're only going to be able to leave it on that 1800 mode for a short period of time before it steps down. You can, however, burst it back into 1800 by holding it down. You can see there it stepped down. We can go back into the 1800. It seems to have sort of a variable step down. When it gets really hot, it seems to step down lower. Again, we can burst it into that 1800, which is nice. The head is very hot now, but a very, very nice amount of light. I do like the output. Can shine all the way across to that tree over there. So there you go. Leave me a comment below with what you think of the Concept 1. Would I like to receive it as a gift? You betcha, but would I go out and buy it for myself? Probably not. Like I said, it's one of those products that's just completely borderline with the pros and cons. I wouldn't say overly negative, certainly wouldn't say overly positive. Definitely some changes they can make. Hopefully they come up with maybe a Concept 2. As I said, Nitecore likes to step outside the box. They have some really great products. This one just didn't do it for me. As with any product though, it is subjective, so what I like or don't like doesn't mean that you're gonna like or dislike it. Everyone has a particular taste and a particular preference, so take it for what it is. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video today. Please give it a big thumbs up for me. Make sure you share it to any friends or family who might be interested on your social media. You can click subscribe to my channel, and you can also click that notification bell and be notified of new videos.